So you want to make a video game for the arcade from scratch, but don't know what you're going to do. Well, I've got just the guy here today to help you learn how to do it. Hello and welcome. This channel is all about helping you find a career in interactive entertainment. In other words, helping you become a player in the game. Joining me today is Shane. Shane has made a video game from scratch here at the Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. He is showcasing it. Shane, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? And
sure.
Before you do that, go ahead and tell them your company name and any social media so they can contact you if they want to learn more from you directly.
You got it. So hi everybody, my name is Shane Gutbrod. My company name is Arcadeaholics. And we've made the game called Cosmotrons. So we're a two-person team based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And our website is cosmotronsgame.com. That's our website for our actual video game. And then you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. So Facebook, our Facebook site for Cosmotrons is Cosmotrons, or Facebook/Cosmotrons game. And then we also have our Arcadeaholics site as well. And then in terms of, of course, we have this as a business, making our arcade game. I'm also a middle school teacher, and I actually teach design, STEM. I teach game design and film and those types of things. And my co-partner, business owner, Dave, is a computer programmer. That's his full-time job.
Excellent. I appreciate that. I think I told you as we were walking around and kind of getting to know each other that this channel is geared towards typically younger people who don't know where they want to go, but also people maybe in their 20s and 30s who have programming experience and want to make a transition. So with your experience as an educator, what would you say to a younger person who wants to get into the gaming field? What types of steps and processes might they want to take, and what type of education might they want to pursue if they want to do that?
I'm going to start with first my biggest piece of advice.
Okay.
My biggest piece of advice to anybody out there that's like, wow, I think I want to get into something like with making games is biggest thing, make something. Just get out there and actually make something, even if it's terrible, even if you don't sell it, it's okay. Just spend some weeks, spend some months, whatever, learning some basic skills, and actually just physically make something. Get there with the coding and so on. Make a prototype. It's okay if it's rough and it's terrible, because then the next one that you make will be better. The next one you make after that will be better, and you keep growing and expanding yourself. So that's my big first piece of advice. And then there's all kinds of resources out there to assist in making that first game. If you know programming or have some basic coding skills, then you already have a leg up from a lot of other people. For
example, like C and C# and Java, are those things that you would say are baselines that they should have a basic understanding, or at least the syntax of how code works, or even simpler?
I would personally say even simpler, because knowing okay, you got to know loops, you got to know if statements, while statements, all that kind of stuff. And the syntax between each type of program is going to be different. So don't focus on the program, focus on understanding the core concepts of programming. We started with Game Maker Studio, and I'm not a very good coder. So Dave, my partner, is the one that did the coding for the game.
Right.
But I knew enough that I can make the basic prototype using Game Maker Studio. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do some basic coding and those types of things in Game Maker Studio. That got us far enough that I can make a prototype for my idea, and we could determine, hey, is this actually fun? And do we want to spend more time on this and pursue it? Do we like doing this? So again, look into Game Maker Studio, Game Maker Studio 2, tons of YouTube videos out there. I think you can get far enough with the free version to kind of make a basic prototype. Of course, a lot of people out there know of Unity. Unity is a great engine. Unreal, we talked about that. Unreal Engine's very good.
If you develop on Unreal and you bring it to a point where it might be close to final product, you can get an Unreal Development Grant, which will help you fund your project.
Even down to very younger people or people just first getting into it, like even Scratch. Have you heard of Scratch?
Yeah, I have.
Even kids, younger kids making games on Scratch.
Awesome.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, get some reps out of the way. Go ahead and I would say make that first Tron Light Cycle game, make that first Blackjack game. Get something just so you can learn the core math that you need to understand in order to make something work and then represent it on the screen.
And when you start making your prototype, get it far enough that you can play it. And when I say finish it, that you can play it, you can try it, have other people try it, get feedback from them. Another absolutely huge piece of advice I have for people: read some books. Get out there and read people. There's all kinds of books about game design. There's people that they want to make games. Well, what makes a game fun? What makes a player want to play a game? What is player motivation? What makes game mechanics feel good? you know, a lot of us, we play video games, and people that program, and they just make a game, but you know, that's fun, that's good, but you got to understand what actually makes a game a good game. So there's a whole bunch of different great books out there. There's a book called A Theory of Fun, and that's where I'd recommend people to start with. Awesome book to get you start thinking about your players, because ultimately you want to be a professional game designer. You're not making a game for yourself, you're making it for other people to enjoy and purchase.
There you go. That's true. I'm going to piggyback on that real fast. I'm going to say, when you were talking about mechanics, that's one thing. If you have an awesome mechanic, that's great, and it's going to be cool and new and intriguing possibly, but if there's not a reason to actually play the mechanic, it might not go very far. So think of the mechanic as the what you're doing, and think of the story and the reason and the rationale behind the gameplay, the theme of the game, as the why you were doing. And the why is why people will want to play the game more than the what, I feel.
Yeah, there's definitely player motivation. There has to be some skill in the mechanic though too. The mechanic has to be fun, and there has to be some skill. There's so much about game theory. Another resource I highly recommend is just YouTube search GDC, the letters GDC.
Game Developers Conference.
Game Developers Conference.
Yep.
There's endless amounts of sessions and seminars that you can watch for free.
That's right.
Gaining tons of advice from these people about game design and how to make good games and how to make them feel good.
Yep, masters of game design, the ones who have already brought multiple products to market.
Yes.
So you definitely want to check that out. All right, well, speaking of bringing things to market, are you willing to come back for another segment and tell our audience about your game that you created?
Of course, definitely can do that.
Well, I thank you for the time today, my friends. If you found this informative, and I'm sure you did, then please be sure to subscribe for more content like that coming real soon. Stick around, because we're going to talk all about the game he has built, and you will love it.